Okay, thanks for joining me. This is round 3 of the Broken Top Course Record Challenge. I shot even par in the first round, 2 under in the second round, and here we go for the third round. The course record is -8. We're playing from the green tees at 6,500 yards. I know it doesn't sound like I can do it because of how far off the scores have been so far, but let's see if we can't get hot. And that involves getting some early birdies. It does. That's just the reality of this. Let's do this. Should get to the good spot here. We're going to try to not overswing and see if we can get ourselves into better positions around here today, including when we're coming uphill. It doesn't take much, and we're going to send this 52-degree wedge back in there. Should be the right club. Should be. It's a little deep, isn't it? Sit down. And that's a little too deep. So now we're trying to chip in. Let's go. I mean, that's how this is out here, really. To tell you the truth, it's kind of difficult to get yourself out early without scoring and then have a chance. And that's not going to break that much and going to leave me a putt. So fortunately, a very short putt with very minimal movement. Let's get this back here and aim this about right there. It's going to move, but not much. 5 feet 3 inches. No elevation change. That'll be right up in the middle. And now we're off to number 2. Pretty straightforward par 3. We're going to try to be controlled 8-iron guy here. See if that's enough. That might not be enough. I'm not really sure there, actually. Just sit down right there. Give me a little look at it, huh? Okay, it's going to be tough. Is it even staying on? It is. We had this putt last time. It's a lot more straight up the hill, basically. It's going to be moving just a hair. It's going to be moving that much. Yeah, that much. Uphill 9 inches. Won't climb the hill. That's the second round in a row where I've been in that exact position. So it's time to convert early birdies, and that's really obviously the whole key to making a run on one of these things. You got to get some birdies early and often. That's how this is done. All right, that'll get you out there a little ways. Run in. It's a 3-shot par 5 no matter what I do out here, so. Well, this is a shorter par 4, my bad. We're going to take 8-iron up there. I think that's the right play here. This feels good. The right club. Bounce on up there for a guy. Come on, and then settle it in a makeable putt. Let's go. Be a good hole to birdie it up, huh? What do you say? Pretty straightforward putt. We're treating this absolutely straight and hitting it absolutely straight. And we're in for a birdie. Finally, a relatively early birdie in this chase. So we come to the 3-shot par 5 that I was thinking of earlier. And being that it is definitely a 3-shotter, we just want to stay in a reasonable spot. And we're not. We're going to block it off, and hopefully it stays in some kind of grass. Don't hit the path. Okay. Not terrible, but the longer grass makes a big difference on this hole with the 3-wood coming out of here. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you joining me here on the Barefoot Bunker. I am Herschel G. This is episode 9, which is the 3rd round in the series of chasing the course record here at Broken Top in Bend, Oregon. All right, that leaves a decent position. It'll still be a little further out than you'd want to be ideally, but you've got to. This is an 8-iron, and just got to stay comfortable with it. There's no reason to blast swing at it. Let's just get something up there. And that could be in the water, folks. That's not hit well enough, is it? That is not. So there we're giving that shot right back up, aren't we? Okay. Not the way we want to be doing things. All right, let's chip one in here to save our bogey. Kind of ridiculous turn of events. For a bogey, and back to even par just like that. And that's really what I've been doing when I've been chasing these records is I just almost always a bogey right after the birdie, and that's exactly what I did there. Maybe a little long. Yeah. Don't even know if that's going to stay on the green. Looks like it might, but it'll be a long putt. Where's it going to trickle off the back? Kind of hard to tell. And that is on the green and 48 feet 3 inches, uphill 2 inches. We see the break moving it left, and it goes for a while. That's probably just a little too much. That's about right. Well, that's the right read, just not quite the right speed. We remain even par, and it is just absolutely time to start pressing for birdies. It has to happen. So we're leaving ourselves prone for bogeys, as we know, but let's do this. Let's get a couple birdies in a row. That is not the way to do this. This makes the hole too long. At least it got through the tree, but makes the hole way too long for a guy. This should be pretty good, although it could be a little long now. Yeah, maybe a little long. Needs to slow down right there. Yeah, that's not even going to stay on the green. Wow, okay. It's going to roll all the way down, in fact. Thought I hit that a little better, but there's the risk of being mid-iron out. You need to be a short iron out there. There we go. Steal a birdie there like you wanted, but just not the way you wanted it. But we'll take any birdie right now because we are chasing them, and we're absolutely going for them. Needed that one. Let's get an unlikely one here. Close, but I pulled off it just enough to block it right. It'll roll into a decent, probably 7-wood position again, and then we're going to try to guide that 7-wood right in there on that line. Let it gently fade, and then hopefully keep it on the green because we're aiming left to the pin. That's the key. Remember, it drops off the right side there pretty good. That's not going to fade enough. Just not a well-struck ball. Let's go hole a bunker shot out, huh? 21 yards. Sit. Gonna have to make a putt coming back now. All right, well, could be worse. All right, got to kind of finish 8 and 9 strong here if we want this to really be anything. Let's do this. That's one that could bounce off the path, actually. Let's do it. Come on. Ooh, it's just going to barely fly it. Yeah. Okay, well, 231. We just missed the fairway. We're just going to send a 7-wood in here because I know I'm not getting there. Even if I hit a flush 3-wood, it's not getting over that. So we're going to send it off and let it land on the right of the fairway and give me a good short angle at it. Got a little warm in here. I'm sweating just a bit. This is about the distance we like. 53 yards. We've got the sand wedge. And that's too hard. Dang it. Just a little adrenaline and he sends it way over. Yes, adrenaline in sim golf. Kind of a weird concept, but I definitely suffered it right there. I was excited about going to get another birdie. Now we gotta chip one in. Okay, right idea, just didn't come down and move as much as I hoped it would. Gotta at least get the 2 under on the front, so low risk, high reward. We're kind of gonna be swinging out of our butt here, I admit it. It doesn't usually work out too well, but again, we gotta go for it, gotta be aggressive. Now that's too aggressive, and I hope it doesn't hit inside those rocks. It's going to, and it's gonna, oh, sit down, sit down. Okay, I should be able to get this above the rock, I think. That's kind of what brings this into play. Again though, 53 yards. This is out of the heavier stuff, so kind of the same shot as number 9 actually is about the right play here. Needs to sit right there. Gonna leave a relatively makeable putt to get that back to -2. You can see that moves just a hair to the left. It's not even really a double breaker. I don't give it that much respect. It's going to come down about that much, right? I think it is. 12 feet 11 and down 2 inches. There it is. Oh, and it does not go down. Counted the chickens before they hatched, and again, this realistically coming in with just not a great front 9. That's probably enough to not have it happen, but let's stay aggressive. We are going to continue this chase both tonight and in the longer term. I honestly believe this record is in me. Just got to get there. Sure not going to be a hit and driver like that though. That is just not going to play. So, as I learned from last time, it takes a lot of distance coming out of this deep rough. More than I realized, so let's play for it. Send it up high and firm. And that's not the right one. Okay, big lag putt again, 45, 46 feet. Down the hill pretty extremely. 3 screens. Is that gonna force me to putt it again, maybe? No, that's a par. Remains at -1, but these are the scoreable holes I just haven't been scoring on. This is back to that 52-degree wedge. A shot that I tend to like, but just haven't been hitting that well. At least distance control wise the last couple of rounds here, but let's change that right here. We want to send this to the right of the stick, have it come back with the hill and the flight. Could be a little deep. Could sit down right there though, right? Sit down, sit down. No, we're gonna have to just touch chip this. Just touch chip this. Sit. Gonna have to putt this now again, and it's gonna run down the hill a little bit much. That was not the touch chip that I was thinking of. I'm not going to hit this very hard. I'm still left side door it. Here we come to the par 5, which can be reachable. Probably is not for me. Overswinging usually brings the left into play for me here, so we're going to just try to turn this into a 3-shot par 5. And we're going to hit a low, thin, I mean, really kind of a piece of shit. Just a piece of shit swing with a piece of shit outcome. Just kind of a piece of shit all the way around, which is what a lot of the swings are suddenly becoming. So let's see if we can tough this out, but it is not looking good. Not as manageable. It's going to leave me. Oh, God, I just can't. They're pushing off more than I'm expecting, actually. Let me say that. But I think this is that sand wedge. Controlled. Enough to get there even. Big bounce. Not quite. So another touch chip. Let's chip this in. I think we got it. Go in. Just misses and takes the bogey. Yeah, well, just fighting it tonight. Not getting any early birdies. Not getting much momentum. Playing defensive golf out here. All right, lands at pin high, runs it by. Got about 24, 25 feet, 24. It's going to break that much. It's coming down the hill pretty good. Ooh, that was a misread for sure, because I guarantee I hit harder than that. Well, that was weird. That'd be a real bummer to do that while we were actually chasing a record, so I guess it's better that way, but kind of dumb. Let's go. All right, he's in for par, but playing pretty weak the last round and a half or so here, just not converting, not really hitting driver well. But let's see if we can finish strong with the last 5 or so holes here. Should run out pretty good. Remember, this hole plays shorter than it is because of how downhill it is, both off the tee and on the approach. As such, this is a 152-yard shot that's pretty comfortable with 9-iron here, and I don't really have to overswing, but I tend to because it seems like so much distance. Keep it under control. And I did not. I blocked it just a hair, but that could still be okay. Get on up there. Nope, a little short. Well, short. It is on the green. It is a green in regulation, but it doesn't give me much chance to make birdies. 39 feet 9 inches. Settle. Now I'm going to have to make a tough comebacker because I'm just not focused on some of these lag putts, and I got to get better at these. This one's pretty straight though. In fact, it's dead straight, 6.5 feet. In for par. We go to a semi-reachable par 5, though I never really seem to get there much anymore. As you can tell, battling the swing just a little bit of late. And there you go. That's trying to hit it too hard here, and oh well, there's room for it. Pretty straight away, actually, so not trying to go at it too now, that's for sure. Just a 7-wood into position now. That should roll down into a decent position. I think this is probably that 52-yard wedge again, 52-degree wedge again. I like this. Oh, it's a little deep. You can go a little deep with some of these wedges, and that was probably just a groove too low, so it's probably a little bit on the thin side of things there. This one's a little bit of a double breaker. Doesn't come back that much though. Yeah. Probably pushed it off those extra 0.2 degrees is probably the difference right there. 0.4 degrees according to the other one. Still at -1, so there certainly is no records being broken today, even if I hold out every shot. All right, well, we're going to require a little chip. I should have played for the fat part of the green a little better on that. 22 yards. You gonna set? Making me putt. Gonna make me putt. Yeah, just little hammer hands on some of the chips too. So that's not helping. Pretty straightforward 8 foot 1 inch. All right, in for the par there. Comes to number 17 and nowhere near the standing I would have liked. So let's just finish out strong. We're going to keep at this chase. That should wrinkle back toward the middle a little bit. Shouldn't have too much spin on it. Okay, 180. That means we want to put it right over here. And we do want to hit 6 iron and get it all the way back there. Well, that's got to cover everything. It should be okay though, right? Yeah. But we're chipping and trying to chip in. That's all we're doing anymore. We're just going to try to chip everything in. Ooh, leaves a healthy putt, but like I said, we're trying to chip them in. We'll take this one slow at it and die it into the cup. Just like that. Come to 18 at 1 under. Just trying to hit that speed slot to get down to the short iron. It's going to be close as to whether it gets down there or not, actually. Should finish out though, right? Yeah, that should go. Keep going. Oh, you're going. This won't be as far down as I want it, but it's still going to be down there. All right, pitching wedge in to end it. All right, we get a little bit of a makeable one on 18, sort of, pretty good curler. Moving to the right. That much? I think so. I hit it too hard, didn't I? That's going to leave me a little comebacker with probably a little curl in it. I have to send it up here. I think it does have that much in it, so curl it into the cup again. And yeah, I pulled it. Well, still got to putt it here, huh? For bogey and to go to even par for the round. And what a chunky finish. What an absolute chunky finish. 5 feet 10 inches up the hill. Wow. Okay, well, that did not end well. So 1 over par after all that. Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. It was probably 1 round too many. Join me next time for another chase of something else, TBD, and should be getting going most days out here. I will see you soon. Thank you for joining me, Herschel G. in the Barefoot Bunker.